Okay, you guys, today I am at the airport. I am going on a little trip to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Now, why Tulsa, you say? Well, let me tell you about back in 1997 when this little ditty came on the radio called Bop. Come on, you know you remember it. Bop, ba-doo-ba-da, ba-doo-bop. And that little ditty was written by a band called Hanson. And I was hooked then. I'm still hooked now. They've been making music for the past 25 years. And every year in Tulsa they have what's called Hanson Day, and they put on a couple of special shows for their fans, and they do some other fun activities, and I'm going for a little vacation. So I'm super excited. As you can see, it's raining here in the Pacific Northwest. It's supposed to be 90 degrees and sunny there, so I'm pretty excited for that. I'm pretty excited to eat some food that I did not have to prepare, and of course I am excited to read some good books. So come along with me and let's go to Tulsa. Okay, and I'm the kind of person who's always to the airport early before a flight. So we're gonna start reading. The first thing I'm picking up is American Dirt, which is my book club pick for this month, and I am super excited to get into it. So here we go. Okay, I'm at the Hanson mural. I'm geeking out a little tiny bit. Here we are. Beautiful. Place in Tulsa called the center of the universe. It looks like that, and when you stand on it, it's really weird. Your voice echoes, and I don't think it will work for the video, but like, hello, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I can hear my voice echoing. It's super weird.
Riding by the Gulf Stream shores, or the endless fields of gold Wherever I go, it's my home sweet home. If you know it's my home sweet, never this I'm feeling wrong. 'Cause the river is hot, so clear. And the river's on the river, someplace. It's my blue black, the stars in the night. Someplace, just to hold it all together. And I won't wait another California dream on an Oklahoma night. Just a river through your street. For all the foolish things I said that were spinning around my head, I won't wish that you won't these tears away. 'Cause there's always reasons for leaving. You get caught up in the grievance, so let it go. With the pain in your eyes, oh, feel the pain I know I love will heal. So I won't believe it, no matter the reason. First single off of Motown Records is this song, verse number 1. Good thing doesn't die, kids. The best things in life are free, but you can give them to the birds and bees. That's what I want, that's what I want. That's what I want, that's what I want. Oh, the money.
Okay, so I'm about halfway through my trip. I thought I would do a reading update for you. I'm about halfway through American Dirt, and I'm just about a fourth of the way through A Pinch of Magic. So these are the two books I started with on this trip. I have read on the plane, in the airports, and even waiting in line for one of the shows yesterday. I just kind of sat on the curb and read because what else are you supposed to do? Show last night was amazing. Man, I've seen Hanson a lot of places. There's nothing like seeing them in their hometown. It was a good time, and I have another show today. So after this, I'm gonna go get some lunch, hang out at a park, and read for a bit, see how far I can get on these, and then I really want to be able to start Scythe on the way home tomorrow. I have a couple more flights to get back to the Northwest, so I'm hoping to be able to start that one as well. So let's talk about how these are going. American Dirt. So this book is about a woman. She lives in Acapulco. She owns a bookstore, and her husband is a journalist, and she ends up befriending the head of the main cartel, who is basically running Acapulco during that time. And she doesn't know he's the head at first. Eventually she learns that he is, but still they have like this friendship. And at one point her husband writes this unflattering article about him, and he ends up killing her, pretty much her whole family. And that happens right at the beginning of the book, and it's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. So she then is forced to flee and try to figure out a way. She's heading north, trying to get up to the United States to flee this guy, and he basically has everyone after them. So this is a thriller. It is fast-paced. You are like kind of on the edge of your seat the whole time. I cannot wait to see how it turns out, if she's gonna make it or not. And also it's really just building empathy for me. I feel like here in the United States, especially the past 5 or 6 years, you know, maybe longer than that, I don't know, I lose track of time, but the whole wall, no wall thing, like very political, very like divided on the topic. And no matter where you stand on that, I think this book is impactful because it shows a story of real people escaping real violence. And there's another couple characters they've went on the way that escaped violence from a different city, and they're just coming north because they just don't have any other logical options. Like, this seems like the best way for them to escape what they have been going through. And no matter what side you stand on of how they get in or how they don't get in, like, this book is building just so much empathy for me, for these people. So I am really, really loving it so far. And this is fiction, but you can definitely imagine that there are people in similar situations. So this was my book club pick for this month. It's so much better than Outlander, you guys. I definitely know I'm gonna finish it, hopefully today, if not tomorrow at the very least. But yeah, really, really liking it so far. And then total opposite end of the spectrum, we have Pinch of Magic. This is super cute, super fun read so far. It's about 3 girls. They're trapped by this ancient curse, which makes them not able to leave the city they're in, this kind of city they've grown up in for their whole lives. They're not able to leave it. And there's these magical objects they have that can help them if they get into trouble, but they're not supposed to use them in normal circumstances. So we kind of have one sister who's like kind of accepted the fact that, okay, we're here, this is where we're gonna be for our lives. And then we have another sister that's like, heck no, I'm gonna figure out a way to break this curse and get us out of here. So I'm really liking it so far as well. A really good reading happening here. So yeah, I'm gonna get busy, see what else I can accomplish here today. Well, I'm back home It's raining, which I'm not super happy about, but I get to see my kids soon, so I am happy about that. So you win some and you lose some. Okay, everyone, so I am back home. I have been home a few days. I actually got a bit of a cold, so I had to have a few days of recuperating between the end of the trip and this recap video. But I am back, and overall, the trip was amazing. It was so fun. I did 2 different shows. I got to do a Hanson painting event. I read a whole bunch. I had so much just downtime to relax, so it was super fun. So I just wanted to wrap up for you the books that I finished on this trip, started and finished. So I read American Dirt. I pretty much read half of it on the way there and half of it on the way back. It was mostly my flight book and a little bit in the hotel. But I really enjoyed this book. I give it 5 stars. It was just pretty fast paced, pretty intense. Kept moving from beginning to end, kept me engaged, made the plane rides go really fast. Like I was like, what, we're landing already? And at the same time, it really helped build some empathy for people that are fleeing violent situations in violent places and seeking refuge in America. Really, really recommend. I just thought this was really well done. I really enjoyed it. I also read A Pinch of Magic, and I read this a lot when I was waiting in line. I was waiting in line a lot of places at shows and just to get in certain places. So I ended up reading this during most of that time, and some in the hotel as well. And it was fun because this was kind of just a break. American Dirt is very intense. And not that happy of a read, so it was fun to have this kind of sprinkled in because this is a middle grade fantasy book about 3 sisters who are find out they have this like family curse going on, and they are trying to break the curse. And I thought this was really well written for a middle grade book. Some middle grade it feels kind of like choppy and like for example, I'm listening to the second Nevermore book right now, and there's a lot of like Morgan frowned, Morgan grinned, Morgan shrugged, like a lot of just like short, brief sentences, and I felt like this had a better flow to it than that. No dissing on the Nevermore, I still love it, but I just felt like this was written very well. So I give this a 5 star as well. I've said that I'm gonna be like more strict on giving out 5 stars, but I just keep giving them out like lollipops. I don't know. If I love a book and it like engages me and makes me feel something and I really have no complaints about it, it's gonna be a 5 star, and this was a 5 star as well. So this is the first in a series, so I'll definitely be reading more of this one. Yeah, so I finished that as well, and then I started on the way home. It was literally like I started reading it and then they're like, the plane is descending. So I only got like 1 chapter in, and then I've read a couple chapters this past week as I've been recuperating, but I started reading Scythe by Neal Shusterman as well. And I can just tell I'm really gonna like this. Like it's really good. It draws you in from the very beginning. So I will talk about this more in a later video because I don't have much more to say about it since I'm so at the beginning, but I just wanted to recap. So now I'm gonna go ahead and try to edit all the footage I have. This is my first like vlog experience with travel, and I have no idea how it's gonna turn out. I was looking at all the videos last night and I was kind of overwhelmed. So if you're seeing this, that means I got my act together and got it all edited and filmed. And hopefully by the time you're seeing this, my voice is sounding a little bit better too, because as I'm talking, I'm like, maybe you should have waited another day for this, Talia, but I didn't. Here we are. Also, today is May 20th, and Hanson's new album, Red, Green, Blue, is out today. So if you are watching this, you should totally head over to Spotify, the Apple Store, wherever you stream music, and take a listen, because I got to do an early listening in Tulsa, and it is an amazing album. More mellow, I would say, than some of their past albums. Which is fun. It's a change, and I really like it. It's kind of fitting like the vibe of where I am right now. So go ahead and listen. Also take some time today to read a good book. And if you're having a bad hair day, just wear a bandana. Bye.